Bonjour. So today, the last couple of days I've been feeling like the collective that this is for, I don't know if needs to or wants to hear what the person on your mind thinks you think about them. So basically, the person that is on your heart, on your mind, what does that person think you think of them? I hope that makes sense. But first I'll tap into your energy and see it's like I'm getting two things. One, you want to hear what they think you see them as and what they think you feel towards them, with how that person feels they should proceed with this as far as coming towards you in some way. Alright, so let's get into it. What is the energy around this collective right now? Move on. Someone is unavailable, a waste of time, it's over. So this is the energy you're in. You feel like this person isn't... It's funny because it's making me think that, one, you're mirroring, but you think this person's moved on and you're questioning whether you're trying to move on thinking this person's not interested in you anymore. But funnily enough, because we're tapping into how this person is viewing you, not how they're viewing you, but how they think you feel about them, hope this is making sense, that they are questioning whether that you're unavailable and that this is a waste of time. Let go, make room for the new beginning on its way to you now. Someone is still figuring themselves out. Sexuality could be something you're figuring out right now, but if it's not sexuality, it's generally you feeling like, or you're trying to tell yourself or set the intention to move on from this person, and you're trying to let go of things you don't have control over. You can't make this person come back. You can't make them see your worth. So you're trying to move on and you're trying to let go of the outcome here. But you're still figuring out what that means for you. Challenges. So you're having the challenges you're having are around moving on. So it's one thing to know or to tell yourself, I should move on from this person, they're not available, it's a waste of my time, but that doesn't if you could go turn these feelings off and snap your fingers and your feelings were turned off, it would be so easy. The challenge is that you're trying to have that attitude of moving on and leaving this in the past, but it doesn't make it less challenging because you still have feelings. There's logic to be like, okay, they're not in my life, I need to move on, but then they still linger in your mind, and so the challenge is trying to move on while still having these feelings. But to confirm, let go, you've got guardian, you've got your angels watching over you. They're always with you anyway, but they are really guiding you through this right now. They're trying to help you let go of what's happened in the past here so that you can have a new beginning, which is interesting because we'll break it down and see whether this person is a part of the new beginning or whether they're wanting or trying to guide you through letting this person go completely. But something tells me they are meant to be a part of your story moving forward, because otherwise why would we even bother tapping into how they think you see them? Sexuality. Confession. So I think this is the energy around, well, this is the energy around you, but I think someone is still figuring out how to approach you. Notification, just as I said that. A notification dropped down just as soon as confession came out. Someone has something to tell you, but they're still figuring out how to tell you, how to come back towards you. And there's distance. So there is physical distance between you and this person. And then on the other side, you've got date night, get ready to be wined and dined. I think this person is in the contemplation stage of, or strategizing phase of like, they have an idea of how you see them or how you feel for them. But again, it's just their perception. They don't really know how you feel. They know they feel something for you. They want to come forward, but they're still trying to figure that out because they have this idea of how you see them. I hope that makes sense. And then of course, if there's distance, there's physical distance with this person. So there's that element of needing to travel to see you as well. Date night's important as well. Okay. I'm hearing two things. One, if they were to get a reading done on you to ask how you feel about them, if that's the angle, or whether I just do a spread to be like, how does this person connected to you think you feel about them? I'm going to do both actually. Let's start with if the person connected to you got a reading done on you to find out how you feel about them, what would it say? If the connecting energy got a reading on this collective to find out how this collective felt about them, what would it say? So far you've got boat, which is receiving what you need, progression, arriving, moving on, closure issues. So if they got a reading on you to find out how you feel about them and they got that would reflect, I guess, as a reader to say that you have not fully let go of this situation yet, but to follow that up with game face, that you're very good at putting up appearances that you're doing fine. And you could very well be doing fine for the most part, but as far as your feelings for them goes, you're very good at putting up a guard so that it appears as though you're not affected by this. Fake it till you make it kind of thing. Okay, so you've got gratitude, which is being gracious, abundant mindset, high frequency, positivity, attracting what you want, with what a catch. And that's about an ideal partner or mate, abundance, self-esteem, value. The answer is yes, and marriage material. So interestingly, especially with the boat, I think that if they got a reading on you to find out how you feel about them, so far this looks as though you're someone that is actively trying to move on with your life, but you're having trouble closing the chapter because you still view them as marriage material, someone that is their ideal match. But despite that, you're actively trying to put on a brave front and act as though you're moving on from the situation. But that you're trying to be grateful, you're trying to find an abundant life for yourself, even though they're not in it anymore. Again, this is how, if they got a reading on you to find out how you feel about them, this is what they would get. This is quite, apart from the closure issues, which is more around them feeling, well, the reader would say to this person that you're struggling to move on from them, and having this, putting this game face on all the time, trying to appear unbothered, but you still think about them. You've got gratuity, you've got what a catch, you've got kisses, you've got made with love. Even though this person has a very good poker face and presents like they're doing okay, and again, it's not that they're falling apart, but the feelings that you have for them, the reading would tell this person that the love is still very strong there, and that you're putting up a strong front because you basically have to, and you're trying to focus more on positivity and trying to get yourself in the right frame of mind because that person's not in your life right now. But you want to have that love again with them. That they are wanting to try again with you, and that there is a big part of them that is trying to have a positive, or this is you, remember, that you're trying to create or manifest a positive outcome for the two of you to come back together and be ideally in a relationship with one another. And then Cupid's arrow. So this, if they went to a reader about you to find out how you're feeling about them, this reader would say to them they are hoping for you two to reunite, that you two will come back together, and that it will be divinely guided that way. I don't know if this person got a reading done on you. I've never really done that before, so I feel like maybe this particular collective, the person on your heart, has had cards pulled on you or has asked for signs about you, because I've never done that before. But I want to get how this person thinks you feel about them. How does the connecting energy think the collective feels about them? Okay, so Leo's important. You've got Leo here. I was used to being the central focus of everyone's attention, but your magnetism outweighed mine, and I was insecure about that. I'm actually taking that as this person did not like the attention you got. And the way they think you view them is that they are an attention seeker, and that they didn't like any time you would get attention, so it would affect the relationship. Because remember, this is how they think you view them. And you got maybe, but this is maybe leaning towards yes. So even though they see you as this, so here we go. In the negative, they would see you as pompous, a show off, that you're over dramatic. Not you, sorry. This is how they think you view them. Okay, so they are pompous, a show off, over dramatic, pretentious, bossy, jealous, and possessive. So then when you would get attention, they would become those negative traits, and they could be a Leo. But they also feel like, because maybe was the first card to come out, but leaning towards yes, it's like, I think that they see that behavior in themselves, and they go in and out of wondering whether you believe that. But for the most part, they think you see them as those negative traits. And if that's the case, then they know that about themselves. I just heard loudmouth, someone that's just a real, someone that acts really loud because they're actually insecure. All right, how does this person think you view them and feel about them? fragmentation of the soul. I think this person's very in touch with knowing how they behaved in the past around you, and even before you, since you. It's like, I actually think this person has a very clear view of their actions and behavior. And because they're so aware of themselves, it's like they can't imagine you not having seen exactly this. You've got fragmentation of the soul. So they think you see them as someone that has significant drama from your past, that that they are irrational because of unexplained fears, that they're always checking out in certain situations, which obviously happen between the two of you, that they overreact to seemingly small problems. I'm working on my self-worth. For a long time, I deemed myself as someone who didn't deserve love. And I think this is them. They deem themselves unworthy of love, but then the way they treated you, because you gave them that love that they were craving, it just didn't match. I was always angry with my life and pushed love away because I thought I didn't deserve it. So not only do you see that fragmentation and the behaviors that come from that, those negative Leo traits, they know, or they think you also see them as someone that it comes from a broken place. It's not as if they might wonder if you think they're a narcissist, but I think that they think you see them as someone that has those behaviors because you're broken. 94, 86, and 29. Okay, infatuation. I don't know if this was love or if I was in love with the idea of being in love. So they think that you may view them as you thought you loved them, but since this has all been in separation and however much time has passed, and then obviously the distance, they think that maybe you feel about them that this was just infatuation, not real love. So they're questioning whether you really do even, that if now you view them as an infatuation, not a true love. Our connection was all too consuming and I can't wrap my head around it. So yeah, this says being carried away by unreasonable passion. So they think you view this connection now as just, there was so much passion, but it was infatuation, not real love. I think they have a big fear that they still love you and want to come back in, but maybe you're not on that page with them anymore, that you see this as like it was just a very intense, passionate relationship, but that it's not something that you want back. The obsessively strong emotions for someone based on physical needs and or believing it's the perfect relationship. It's like they think you see things differently now. You don't see it as this perfect relationship, especially with the fragmentation of the soul and the negative Leo traits. I think their concern is that you view them now as, or feel for them now, that was just intense, passionate, heavy infatuation, and that's not my person. That's okay. With Divine Feminine on the bottom. I'm hearing with Divine Feminine on the bottom that they actually, one, they see you as their Divine Feminine, but for this to be how they think you view them, with that fragmentation of the soul and those negative traits, the possessive, the jealous, the show-off, I think that they believe you see them as someone that was lacking empathy, that your feminine, that their feminine energy was something or is something that they need to work on. Especially with those negative traits, they're used to being the center of attention. They don't like anyone else having it. So then when you would get it, they weren't the nicest person. They lacked empathy, and that's something that they've been having to work on. And if you were all of these qualities, this divine feminine, you're compassionate, you're understanding, and you had a lot of empathy and they were lacking that, I think that they think you view them as someone that was lacking this feminine energy, that empathy, that nurturing nature, especially towards them. But you've got union and in sync. I want to commit to you. I want to hold your hand in sickness and in health. I want to walk into the sunset with you and never look back. I need to release certain commitments and fully commit to you. And that's to confirm Leo. I think that the negative traits that come out in this Leo card, I think that this person thinks that you view them as someone you could have had union with, someone that you could have married. Maybe you were even engaged to this person. Marriage was something you two were talking about. But then because of these traits mixed in with the fragmentation of their soul, it caused this to break apart. And that's how you're viewing them. Because they're these, because they think you view them as these, that's why this would never work. So then they think maybe they don't see this as union anymore. They just see it as an infatuation. But they do think that they do wonder if you two are telepathically connected. I feel you through everything. The things I touch, the images I see, and the voices I hear. We are connected throughout this universe, even if we are miles apart, and you are. Overall, this person currently thinks that these traits are what keeps you two apart, because they have to work on their feminine side, because they were lacking empathy. I think they believe that you feel which explains them maybe leaning towards yes, that you go in between these two. Is it infatuation, or are they my divine counterpart? Was this just a passionate love affair that wasn't meant to be forever, or am I meant to be in union with this person? They believe you go back and forth between this. And then on top of that, I think that they feel like they pick up on that telepathically, and that they wonder if you pick up on their feelings telepathically. Okay. I'm going to get... let's get the divine truth first, and then I want to get what they're wanting from this. So what the universe says this connection is, and what's meant to happen here. And then I want to get this person, their true feelings for you, and what they're wanting moving forward. All right, so the universal truth of this twin flame flipped over straight away. Okay, but it didn't come out. Enlightenment. So this was meant to enlighten the both of you. The truth has been illuminated. I can't hide from what you've shown me. So that could be a big part of why you're needing to move through this right now, where they're saying let go, make room for the new beginning on its way to you now, because they're trying to enlighten you both, I believe, about what this truly is. Arrogance. I allowed my pride and ego to get in the way of our connection. I thought I was the catch. And it's funny too, because that's a lion, which is Leo. So I feel as though this person really did have an ego when it came to you. And then if they as well had people around them that enabled that ego, or, really amped up those negative traits in them, really did cause them to feel like you should chase them. And they really had to have their pride bruised and have themselves knocked down a peg or two to realize what they had given up out of the sake of their pride. Their arrogance really had to be illuminated here, and it has been, I think. Transformation. I think this person has gone, especially because of the way they think you see them, they're very aware of what they act like. Expression. I want the whole world to know you are mine and only mine. I think that the universal truth here is that this person has been forced into an awakening to see themselves truly. I think as well, when someone's arrogant like that, they blame everyone but themselves for their behavior. And I think this person has been shown time and time again, and they've been broken down so that they had no other choice but to become enlightened about their own behaviors. Despite what they've been through growing up in life, they as an adult have to take responsibility for how they treat people. You can't say, well, I hit this person because my dad hit me when I was a kid. No, your dad hit you as a kid, but you make a choice as an adult. I'm not going to repeat that behavior. That's just an example, but that could be important for this collective. But this person knows that the universe is trying to show this person to stop denying the connection, stop being too prideful to make a move towards you, because they know that they want to be with you. But at the moment, I think their pride is still kind of in the way of them expressing that to you. That's what the universe is trying to break through to them right now. I'm going to get a timing card as well, actually. Karmic. I have a karmic attachment that won't let me go. They are causing chaos and drama, and that speaks to what I was saying. The people around them that enable that arrogant behavior they probably were part of the reason why this person, well, it would have been a big part of why this person stayed away, because this is similar to the other reading I did the other day, because they would have said that you were the problem and everyone would have agreed and said you're not meant to be with them, this, that, the other. They would have had karmic attachments, whether it's substances, streaming, online drama, drama with friends and family, and just there's a lot of karma around this person that they've been enlightened to. Even if part of them always knew that these people, family and friends, were karmic, it's very hard for people to break free and break away from family, even if a part of them always knows that they're not good for them. And that's what's happening for this person right now. I think they're being shown a lot. The universe is making sure for them to see all the shitty stuff and all the bad behavior comes from who they surround themselves with. Choices to confirm arrogance. A decision between love and fear. The fear is what causes the arrogance. We fall in love by chance and stay by choice. They need to make a choice. And if this person's indecision, inability to make real decisions when it came towards you, hurt you, they need to learn how to make a decision and stand by that decision. I think this person has been impulsive a lot in their life, and the choices have always been ran by those impulses instead of being sturdy and making a decision and standing by that decision. So if you're the decision they make, these karmic people and situations, there's no room for it anymore. They have to let go of their pride here and express themselves, and when they do, stand by that. No more in and out. Enchanted. The more I see you, the more I love and adore you. My heart cries for you. And then head over heart. So I think I think this person has actually thought that for a long time, they maybe didn't think it was arrogance and pride that was holding them back. They thought that they were being logical, that even though they knew they loved you, that it was better for both of you to not be together, and they thought that that was them using their head over their heart. But I think now, because of these things that they've been shown, and that the love for you has not gone away, if anything, it's deepened, and they become more agonized by the fact that you're not in their life anymore, that the mind saying no isn't, that's quietening down now, and their heart saying yes is what's speaking louder to them now. And I think whatever they have access to, your social media, whatever it is, that is showing them that you were always who they thought you were, and the opinions of others cannot dim that anymore. I want to get this oracle deck as well, just to get a bit more information on, because this is the universal truth of this connection. And I want Sagittarius season could be important. Another fire sign. Water, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Cycles. So that's the other thing too, especially with when I was saying that this person was using their head over their heart for a long time, thinking that even though the love was there, that love wasn't enough, and that you two weren't right together, that it was toxic, whatever. And then the karmic situations and people fed into that. However many cycles of breakups and makeups you had solidified that thought process for them. But however much time has passed, I will get a timing card, because I want to see how much time has passed, as well as when they potentially will come in again. However many cycles passed, solidified how they thought they were making the right decision. But now, so however much time has passed, they are realizing that this isn't going to go away, that they need to make some kind of stand when it comes to you, despite these karmic situations and people. That family and red flags just flipped over. So I think their family is a red flag. And maybe for a long time they just refused to see it. Divine Feminine. That's twice that's come out. I really think this person sees you as compassionate, nurturing, that you were always receptive to them. But again, if someone thinks that they're not deserving of love, or everything that bad happens to them, that's just the way it is what it is, this is my life, woe is me, they couldn't accept that love, so they rejected you. But they see you as a divine feminine, or the universe is saying you are the divine feminine. Ascension. So you both, I think I said this earlier, you both had to go through an ascension. And I think that's where you're at this crossroads now. It's almost like you're picking up where they started off. So now where you're going, even though I love this person, I need to move on, they're unavailable, I'm wasting my time. They're now coming into, I have to take a stand here. I want this person, and family be damned, I need to make a move towards this person. I need to close the distance. The upgrades that you both are going through are leveling you up in anticipation for this reconnection. Fire turned over, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Acceptance of who you are to each other, acceptance of the cycles that went on between the two of you, all the arguments, the toxicity, the problems, all those cycles. If you did not go through them, you would not have ascended and leveled up so that you would be able to become who you are now, and then be able to reunite. acceptance of what happened here and who you both have become since then. Freedom. The freedom to be who, the control that this connection had, the control that the karmic people had on the both of you, that's to confirm ascension. So you've broken free from the control that this situation had on you, and same with this person. But it's like this person and wanting their love was what was controlling you. It felt like they were pulling your strings all the time because you loved them so much. This person, the control of people's judgment and their family and karmic situations is what they were controlled by. So you both have leveled up in that. You've both ascended through those controlling things. You've actually both broken free from it. Red string theory. Cleanse and clear. So this is about needing to clear out the negative energy. And then here, aura, light codes again. Energy field, emotions. I think that you two are on the same frequency now. There's a reason I felt called to tap into how this person thinks you feel about them. Because I think that the two of you are really starting to come into union in the spiritual realm. You're not together yet physically, but you're merging together now. New moon. We just had the new moon on the 19th, so maybe something happened around that, and or like there was a shift in energy with that new moon, as well as perhaps by the next new moon in April, there will be a significant change in the dynamics here. Yeah. Action. There is going to be rapid forward movement from this person once this last push of clearing the negative energy out of the dynamic is cleared. So that's what you're being asked to work on right now. And we've ended up with Sagittarius season again on the bottom. So that's November 22nd to December 21st. That might be the last time you heard from this person. It could be birthdays, significant anniversaries, or it could be an indicator of the time that when you two will reunite in the physical reality. Alright, so let's see how this person actually feels. Actually, I'll get a timing card first, just quickly. So when I want to get potentially how long you two have been in separation, or when you last heard from them, with when they could maybe coming back in. Winter. So we're in autumn now. So winter's June, July, August. Just around the corner, which, yeah, that's only a few months away. And it's not the right time, but soon. I think there's a lot is gonna change over the next few months. September. So, I mean, that's not winter, that's spring, but I think that perhaps, especially because there's distance here as well, there could be an element of winter time is when communication starts happening again, and then by September, you two have really solidified this again. June. Tried to come out but didn't. Allow things to come. I'm hearing, so with that clear and cleanse and clear, remove the negative energy, that's what needs to happen over the next few months. And you're being guided through that right now. You both are. Oh, whoa. Yeah, in a few months. Hang on, let me get that other one. And then you've got more than a year, but I actually think it's because you've been in separation for more than a year. 1, 2, 3 years, whatever it is, it's been well over a year, well over more than a year that you two have been broken up. Trying to decide whether to get the nautical. Oh, maybe let's just do both. So how is this person feeling about the connection? This connecting energy, how are they feeling about their connection with the collective, please? How is this person feeling? Compass of the heart, so they're trying to follow their heart. Trust your inner guidance in love. Navigate with emotional intelligence. Follow your heart. And that's what I was saying before. I think they were leading with their head and trying to be logical. We're not right together. The love isn't enough. All that kind of stuff. But now they're trying to follow their inner guidance that is coming from their heart. And they've been shown that by the divine. Direction, trust. They are trying to trust in their feelings now rather than their head. Yeah, reluctance to start anew, fear of leaving the harbor of comfort. So that's where they're still attached to these karmic energies, because this person has a fear of jumping into or revealing their feelings to you still. So they're avoidant, they're insecure. They're still in this hesitation. So this is that whole jumping between following their heart and then being reluctant to follow their heart because of their fear and because they're still connected to those karmic energies. Because this is setting sail. If it was upright, they'd be ready to take off on that adventure. And again, because there's distance, they have to travel to be with you. So I think that there's a lot of moving parts that create hesitance in this person. Especially because you've had so many cycles with them. If you both have moved around because of this connection before, not wanting to repeat that cycle. Ship's bell. Announcing new beginnings in love. So I think this is where they're going to come out of that hesitation and go into wanting to create these milestones. Divine messages or signs from the universe. They're getting undeniable signs and messages from the universe, but their ego is what still holds on to the reluctance to make a move. But there are celebrations around the corner here for the two of you. And I think they can feel that. They can feel the new opportunities. And it's like they're feeling that the winds of change are being signaled to them right now. They just need to clear out that negativity. Ship in a bottle. Keeping hope alive. They obviously still have hope. Preservation of a special love. So you have the key to their heart. Cherishing moments, memories encapsulated. They are still going over all the beautiful things that you shared together. Hidden potential, visualizing the positive outcomes. So they need to lean more into visualizing the positive outcomes to find the strength to come towards you and clear out this negative energy that keeps them reluctant to move forward. The Captain's log, but in reverse, not learning from past mistakes, repeating negative patterns. That's to confirm the reversal of setting sail. So this is where they're repeating negative patterns because they're not letting go of these karmic energies that are keeping them stuck, that are keeping them reluctant to move towards you. They're holding on to the past, which means they keep repeating the mistakes, especially when it comes to ego and who they're surrounding themselves with, listening to the opinions of others, getting involved in drama, being messy, whatever their karmic ties are. They're struggling to release that and move away from that, because even though they know it's not good, it's comfortable because they've always been that way. And so this middle row is what's keeping them stuck right now, which is why I feel like when you got in a few months, this is what's being cleared out over the next few months for them. This middle row is what's holding them back right now. I think a lot of it as well is not just the karmic ties that they're currently stuck with, but going over and over the cycles that you two repeated in the past and not moving on from it to try and have a fresh start together. Chip spell. The open sea. Embracing freedom in love, exploring new horizons, open to possibilities and excitement in love. I think that they are going to move out of that energy over the next few months and be more open-minded to exploring a new beginning with you, and the potential of this connection and the love that you two share will be bigger than these fears. They're going to overcome their fears here when it comes to you. And the open sea, ready to travel to be with you. And then starry skies on the bottom, feeling hopeful and inspired in love, guided by your heart's desires and not by other people's needs. Following their heart, not listening to their family anymore, not getting involved in drama with friends and all that bullshit. Hopes, dreams, romantic ideas, limitless potentials. No, limitless possibilities, but both work. Guided by their own heart's desires, which is you, and not being led by other people's needs, which I think that they've been holding on to. I think a family karma is what keeps people bound for years before they really release themselves from that burden. Right. Starting to lose my voice, so I'm just going to grab these messages to close this out. What do they want to say to you? What does this connecting energy wish to say to the collective, please? Father wounds. My father is a big influence on my behavior now as an adult, which is interesting because I think I used that example earlier. If your father hit you, you then don't get to say, well, my father hit me, so that's why I hit you. No. You choose as an adult to not be like that. I have challenges with connecting to the divine masculine energy within me and externally. So when someone struggles to connect with the divine masculine, that's because they feel like they have to be tough and they can't show emotions all the time, and you just have to think it is what it is and you have to let it go. But they never really let it go, and that's why I end up finding they punch walls or they lash out in anger and hurt people, because they don't know how to express their emotions and have empathy for others because they repress so much. That's a father wound. I'm leaving. So this is what I mean. They're clearing out this negative way of being. I'm ready to leave a situational mindset that has not served me and hindered my growth. These karmic situations. Gaslighting you. I have been lying to you and gaslighting you. You weren't crazy, you were right. I just wasn't strong enough to admit it. So I think a big part of their arrogance too is that you called them out on this shit, and they, I don't know, told you you were too sensitive, or that you were making a big deal out of nothing, but you weren't. They just weren't ready to face themselves yet, and that was their pride. I'm single. So this person isn't, which is good because it means that they really are focusing on themselves, and that's what you want. You don't want them coming straight from a situationship or another relationship trying to be with you when they haven't even cleared out their own ties to another person. I'm single right now. I'm not attached to anyone and not looking to get into a relationship at this time, but that's because they're working on these father wounds and these karmic attachments they're in right now. My dreams. I've been dreaming about you. In my dreams, we are free and in love. I wish I could just stay there forever. But this is why they work, I think, in their dreams as well, or even just visions that they have during the day when they wander off in their mind and daydream. They're being shown visions of what your life could look like together if they pull their head out of their ass. You're mine, again, with that other, which whatever the other deck was, it was like, I don't, what was it? It was something about I want everyone to know that you're mine, however it went, but they really want to make you theirs. They don't want anyone else to have you. I get so pissed knowing other people can have you now. Is it toxic? Yeah, I don't care. I want the world to know you're mine. There's someone that when they want to be with someone, they want to show you off. And I know that sounds very like trophy wife type thing, but it's like they're proud of who they've chosen and they want everyone to know that it's a flex to be like, this is my gorgeous partner. Like they like that. And I don't think that that's a bad thing to be like, this is my person, and be proud of that, which is nice. This isn't goodbye. I don't want to walk away, but it's what's best for me and us right now. This isn't goodbye. We will be together again soon. I think this speaks to when things ended with the two of you, that was their attitude. I don't think though at the time they thought you two would ever come back together. I think that they really thought that even though they loved you, you two couldn't be together and they had to walk away, or they pushed you to walk away, or whatever the situation was. But now they've come around to realizing this time apart was necessary because we are meant to be together, but we needed to do what was best for ourselves at that time. And so that's why this separation had to happen. All right, I'm going to try and get... I'm going to get some songs and initials and see what else comes out. See if this ties you to the reading. All right, initials, songs, years, quotes. Do I have quotes in here? Can't remember. That's funny. That came out the other day as well. This might even be tied to, what's today? Tuesday. So Sunday. This might be tied to Sunday's reading because this came out first Sunday as well. Meant to Be by Bebe Rexa. So this might be the same collective as Sunday. Letter O. Scapegoat. So either you or the person connected to you is the scapegoat in your family dynamics, or you might both be. Oceans by Hillsong. Capricorn. If it's not you or them, it could be an Aries. I was about to say with Capricorn, I feel 444. I was going to say, if neither of you are a Capricorn, you could be, but if neither of you are Capricorns, then it could be a connecting energy. And then I saw Aries. And for some reason, when I do a lot of these readings, Aries always seems to be a connecting energy that's interfered. I feel like these two signs are important for interfering energies. Aquarius, Unholy Matrimony by Giveon. So that actually makes me think of how I was saying before, you two could have been engaged, actually planning to get married, and then it didn't happen. That song, listen to that, that's very significant. Scorpio, Cancer, we did have water come out. Cover Me Up by Wallen, and the letter X. I want to get some more initials though. We've only got O and X at the moment. And that X could literally just be because this is an X, or an X could be an initial. For you, them, a connecting energy. Very specific letter too, because it, why? Because I can't think of many names that start with X. Xavier is the only one that comes to mind right now. So Xavier could be an important name. Can I get some more initials, please? N. B. Oh, that's a lot. Stay by Rihanna. Only Love Can Hurt Like This, Paloma Faith. Hold On, We're Going Home by Drake. Wow, there's a lot here. J, Leo, again, and 2019. So that is a significant year for this collective. Okay, I'm just going to get a couple of these and then wrap this up. Easy on Me. I don't know, I haven't put the artist on there. I'll have to look that up. And Heartbreak Anniversary by Giveon. You really might like Giveon. Everything I Do by Bryan, and Happier by Marshmellow featuring Bastille. And that song always makes me, when I hear it, it's like, the song is very much, it reminds me of how I was saying this person was like, it's not that they didn't love you, but they felt like love wasn't enough and that you weren't right together. This song has that vibe to it. It's like, I want you to be happier even though it doesn't feel right, because I feel like I want to be with you but we don't make each other happy, so I want you to be happy but I also don't want to leave you. Like, that's what this song is about. So I feel like that was their attitude towards this connection for a long time, but now they are being guided back towards you because that's what's meant to be. And I'll add these to the side so you can keep note of it. But the initials were O, Z, Y, J, and X. And again, connecting energies are important here as well. So if they're not initials for you guys. There will definitely be initials for karmic entities and energies that affected this connection before, during, and after